Hello, and welcome to another big update as we expand the LEGO City with an underground parking garage, a bus stop, a tram station, and 3 massive skyscrapers on top. There's a lot to cover, so let's dive right in. These new buildings are being constructed around the high-rise hotel area. This marks the beginning of the new city district, featuring towering skyscrapers and sleek modern buildings. We're kicking things off with the bus stop and parking garage. As you can see, I've added a recessed area so buses can easily pull off the road to park and pick up passengers. The bus stop is already equipped with lighting, benches, and a few vending machines where travelers can buy tickets for the bus or tram. Right next to the bus and tram station, there's a large parking garage where commuters can park their cars and transfer to public transport. All the buildings are interconnected with doors and staircases that lead to the levels above. Drivers can easily access the parking garage from the road and find a convenient spot to park. For pedestrians, I've made the stations easily accessible by adding crosswalks to ensure smooth and safe access. For the exterior walls of the parking garage, I chose light gray masonry bricks combined with semi-rounded arch elements. Between the pillars, I added glass panels so you can see into the garage from the outside. The garage is built to scale, allowing LEGO cars to park easily in the designated spots. Now that I've parked a few cars inside, it's time to add some details, like ticket machines and the first minifigures purchasing tickets for the bus or tram. This really brings the build to life, doesn't it? I've created 2 ticket machines inspired by the designs from the official LEGO City tram set. They were simple to replicate, which allowed me to place one at the exit of the parking garage for travelers arriving by car to continue their journey by bus or tram. Next, we're sealing off the roof above the garage and the stations, creating a solid foundation for the next set of buildings. I used large 16 by 16 stud plates here to minimize the number of pillars, as too many would limit the space inside the parking garage. It was quite a challenge to make this structure sturdy enough to support the massive skyscrapers that will be built on top. Since these buildings will be incredibly tall and heavy, ensuring a solid foundation was absolutely crucial. Doesn't this already look fantastic? I can't wait to design and bring to life some exciting new builds on this expansive area. This is the first time I've built multiple levels in my city, and I've now created an area of 32 by 76 studs to develop. I already love how the 2 distinct layers look. They truly give the vibe of being in a bustling metropolis. With the lower structure complete, we're moving on to the second level. We're starting by installing a white railing around the walkways and areas where people can move or come down the stairs. It's a nice touch, but now it's time for the real work. The first skyscraper is made of transparent teal 1x2 bricks combined with black layers that separate the building's floors. This structure originally existed in my older city but has been reworked into an even better version. I've moved the entrance to the shorter side of the building, making it more accessible for people coming up the stairs and crossing the plaza. Additionally, the skyscraper is now modular. I finished the floors with tiles, leaving just a few connection points, making it easier to remove layers and adjust the design as needed. I finished the floor of the entrance hall with light brown and white tiles and placed the first section of the skyscraper in its spot. I've decided to increase the building's height by adding several more floors, which becomes clear as I place the second section on top. My goal is to make the skyscrapers in this city slightly taller than those in my previous layout. This will create better proportions compared to the houses and other surrounding buildings, making the city feel even more dynamic and realistic. Now that the first skyscraper is in place, it's time to design the plaza in front of the entrance. Here, I'm adding a cozy cafe with a few tables along the edge of the complex. It's the perfect spot where employees from the surrounding office buildings can enjoy a delicious coffee before heading back to work. For the cafe, I used the coffee stand from the official LEGO City tram set. Since I designed my own station, I was able to repurpose this charming piece for this part of the city. Now, let's move on to the second skyscraper. This is another structure from my old city that I'm rebuilding and repurposing. The building will feature an L shape, making it one of the largest structures in terms of footprint in my LEGO city. This shape is commonly found in real-world architecture, so it's a must-have for my layout. Like the first skyscraper, this building is also modular, consisting of 2 separate sections that can easily be attached or removed as needed. It's exciting to see how this massive structure will take shape in the city, and I can't wait to see the final result of this part of the city. We're now placing the second section of the skyscraper, and you can really see just how tall this building has become. It's a massive structure that towers over the rest of the city, truly making a statement in the skyline. Looking at this area of the city from a distance, I've noticed that the hotel is getting overshadowed by the two new towering buildings around it. Since I want to create a display view from the short side, ideally, the buildings should transition from low to high so that each one is clearly visible. With the hotel positioned behind the other structures, it will also need to be significantly raised. This means yet another massive project, but it's absolutely worth it to create a balanced and stunning cityscape. So, I went back to the LEGO store, where they luckily had these transparent bricks in the pick-a-brick wall. I had to stack 1.5 large cups completely full to raise the hotel high enough to stand out above the surrounding buildings. It took a lot of time and money, but wasn't it more than worth it? This part of the city is really starting to look like a business district, just like you'd see in many major cities. And this is only the beginning. The space on the back table is fully reserved for even more towering skyscrapers. Now that all the buildings are complete, it's time to work on the surrounding environment. I decided to add a park to this part of the city, providing a space where employees can enjoy a beautiful view and take a relaxing walk during their breaks. I designed 4 benches, which I've placed along the edges of the park. Between them, I've added green patches with flowers to brighten up the space and add a splash of color. At the front of the buildings, I've also included some landscaping and positioned all the minifigures to bring the park to life. At the top of the stairs, I've designed a newspaper stand where minifigures can stay updated on the latest financial news, essential for workers in this bustling business district. The area is starting to feel vibrant and full of activity. But we're not done yet. After all, what's a bus stop without a bus? I purchased this bus set and customized it with yellow tiles. Doesn't it look so much better now? I prefer to design as much as possible myself, but this is a great example of how sometimes you just can't outdo LEGO's own designers. The bus is brilliantly designed, and the stickers add a level of realism that would take a lot of time and money to replicate with a custom build. Sometimes, it's worth appreciating the genius of an official set. As you can see in the footage, I've designed the bus stop with just the right space for the bus to park and easily pull away to head to the next stop. To the left, there's also a large sign displaying the tram schedule, making it easy for passengers to hop on the tram. Isn't it convenient having the bus and tram stop so close to each other? Now that this part is complete, I'd love to hear your thoughts about this area of the city. Let me know in the comments what you think of this update, but not before I grab your attention for what's coming next. As you can imagine, it takes a lot of time and energy to bring this project to life for you, and your support means the world to me. Every bit of encouragement helps me keep building and sharing these creations with you. If you'd like to support me in creating this amazing city, consider becoming a channel member to get access to exclusive, members-only content. In these videos, I show you how I buy all my LEGO and how you can do it in the most cost-effective way to build as efficiently as possible. I also go into detail about how I come up with different designs and walk you through the entire building process. I spent a whole 3 weeks building this section of the city, plenty more content for members to enjoy. As you know, I completely dismantled my previous city, and only the buildings that meet 100% of my standards are being rebuilt. This means even better building techniques and more beautiful structures. So, join my channel and get access to all this exclusive content. Let me know in the comments what you thought of this update, and I'll see you in my next video.